Hey, what's up, Finra here. Today we're doing a breakdown on my remix of 2bitluv by Lota. Sadly it got rejected, but some people were curious of sound design, so here it is. We're gonna quickly move over some more interesting parts and then spend more time with the juicy stuff. That means the bass on the drop. So, starting with intro. I just took the original intro and made a pitch shift automation. Then there's the same sample but reversed and chopped, and then it's tape stop, and that's all. And I forgot, I'm on break. Alright, next up we have the chords. What is here is just one vital preset I made.
What the hell?
It has two oscillators, one with this high sparky sound and the other with the main body. And a lot of effects and a lot of LFOs to control that effects to give it a lot of movement. Next up we have vocals, and what they are is just manipulator. Nothing unusual. Tuner, it does nothing. I was just curious of pitch. And here, nothing unusual. But here started playing another layer, and this is also nothing other than manipulator. I just already consolidated it. It's just put one octave higher and it does this really cool effect sometimes. Oh, this like hollow sound, and it really nice. It's a really nice layer. Alright, next up we have snares. I mean, they're kind of plucks, but it's just a cymatic snare sample with a really cool pattern, and of course Valhalla Supermassive. Sounds great. Sounds kinda like color bass, so I like it. For the ARP, which is like waterrrr kinda stuff, it's I made it following a Mofolk guide on water for color bass. Of course I'm using Vital, he's using Serum, so it went kinda differently, but mainly it's just a sine wave with a quick octave automation for pitch, and he uses hyperdimension. I don't have hyperdimension, so I'm using chorus. Then it's soothe with delta mode, and that's basically it. You just add OTT to make it sound better, because that's what OTT does. Next up, the fun part. Drop. The melody from the drop gets introduced early on the build-up. It's just low pass here. That one's pretty simple. I just took a sine wave, added white noise, resynthesized it, added sync, added distortion, compression, chorus, and that's all. Drop chords honestly could be more stacked. They are just one patch of this super sauce with artificial unison, so called. So what I did here, basically, I made all of them at 0% unison spread, even though they have 16 voices. They're just for more power. And when does unison come in play is pitch automation. They all three have just random pitch automation, which is basically what unison does. And to make it wider, I'm using chorus. And to make it waving, there is LFO tool. Alright, now for the bass. In the second octave it sounds like this. Lower and higher. What you can make out in this middle frequency is that first it's bubbly and then it becomes greasy, like a grease bass. Remember that it will be important later. This bass is also a patcher preset. Let's just skip all of the other stuff for now and put Vital in direct output to hear how it sounds raw. You see that the base of the sound, the like 3/4 of everything, is done here with phase dip, which adds to, you see, this is the basic shape. It adds the bubbly texture, and what makes the transition from bubbly into grease is increasing unison spread. It's 0 at the start, and then it slowly rises, and all the individual voices of unison start to separate from each other, creating that grease sound. For the effects we have compressor, hard clip distortion, and EQ. Now let's put it back how it used to be. We have vocoder. I didn't use vocoder, it's on full dry. Phase distortion. It's a free plugin that I don't know exactly how it works. It's very different from normal distortion, but it adds like it just makes sound better, I guess. Lol. Then we have camel crusher and some stuff at the top that can't actually be heard, so I skip that. I tried to make better high end, but it ended up not working. And that's basically everything. I didn't cover drums or like risers here and there because it's quite boring, honestly. I hope you find this video helpful, and bye!